Welcome to the Suyan Su Talk Show Cottage Talk with your host Suyan, reaching beyond the boundaries for social growth. Cottage Talk is an information and educational program that is meant to inspire you. Cottage Talk is taped in the beautiful outdoors of Lake Erie. We're super excited today. We'll be bringing to you our winter edition of Cottage Talk. Today's Light and Cottage Talk will be talking to Vanessa Wheatley as she shares her story of entrepreneurship and how it has changed her life. We'll also be talking to the lovely Sylvia Morrison that has traveled to Ghana for the last 5 years and how she has changed the life of others. And we'll top that off with talking to the one and only Juliet Chaveshko as she shows you how being your own boss can change your life.
Coming up next, we are excited to share the inspiring story of the beautiful Pastor Vanessa Wheatley.
You know, you have so much titles, and I really, because we're that close, I'm like, you know what? Let me leave your titles because I want people to know that I know somebody famous. So I'm like, you know what? Let me not just put the titles before, but tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, so my name is Vanessa Wheatley, and I was brought up in the Toronto Perth Seventh-day Adventist Church. Now, most people know me as a minister in music, and apart from that, I started singing when I was, as I think maybe 5 years old, in my mother's home, imitating, you know, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and so forth. And Vanessa Wheatley also is a mother of 3 children. And to my right is my eldest, Janique Ricketts. She's also a minister now.
Awesome. Wow, wow. Come on, put your hands together for her. They're ministers in the gospel. But I know you have your own perfume line. Tell us about that.
Okay, so I do have my own perfume line. This is the #1 seller. It's called Butterfly. Now, the name Vanessa also means butterfly. And so I have a song, it's called Butterfly, and then this is the perfume to go with it. Now, with a butterfly, you know that we all go through a process and in our lives. And so at times we go through, you know, trials and persecutions that we all face. But I thank God for him being in my life and being the author and being the director in my life, that even through all of the things that I've been through, Marcia, that I'm able to come out, amen, full as gold, if we all understand what that means. And so Butterfly is my #1, and it's also everyone else's #1 fragrance. It's a perfume oil, and it lasts very long.
Awesome. So Vanessa, if someone wants to buy your perfume, where can they find your perfume?
They can go to vanessawheatley.com. I'm also on Facebook, and I'm also on Instagram.
Classic Ambiance. For your own destination wedding, email classicambiance@classicweddings@yahoo.com. Makeup services on today's show were provided by Smart Choice. Call Smart Choice at 416-788-0823 today. Visit Stava's Menswear today for all your bespoke or off-the-shelf menswear needs. Visit Bramalea City Center at 25 Peel Center Drive or stavasmenswear.com. To advertise with us or to be a part of the show, please visit syscottagetalk.com or call 647-272-9762. Thinking of experiencing Jamaica or the rural side of Jamaica? Visit Suyan Su Place in the Hill of Trelawney, Jamaica. You'll experience a fully gated villa filled with all the amenities. You'll experience authentic Jamaican cuisine like roast yam, or experience true rock climbing, river exploration, and so much more. For details, just email suyansuplace@gmail.com. Join us for the story of one woman that is changing the world one village at a time. Sylvia Morrison.
So I know you have a name that you're called in Ghana because of the legacy or the trend you set. Can you share with us that name tonight?
So it's not my name. My title is Mama Agbalenyo Bantu, which means Mama Agbalenyo the First. In the Ewe language, it means book is good, or the one who brings us knowledge.
Awesome, wow.
And that was in 2013. I was installed as Queen Mother, and that's why the title.
Wow, put your hands together for her. Queen Mother, put your hands together for her. Come on.
Thank you.
I like to watch a Niger movie, I don't know about you, and I like to see those queens and princesses, and I'll be saying one day I'll go there, and I know I'm traveling with you next year, so I have no choice. Now,
I'm happy to hear that.
yes, come on. I have to go to Ghana, Niger, God help me, but I'll be traveling. So Sylvia, what prompted you to want to build libraries in Africa?
I was born and raised in Jamaica, in a little village called Samuel Prospect. And in my district, there was a little library. I grew up in a poor family. And I thought, if I'm going to make my way out of poverty and become something better than I was seeing around me, I need to study. And the library was an escape for me. I would follow the librarian, Miss Hilda, I can still remember her name. I would follow Miss Hilda every 2 weeks. As she was going into the library, I would be the first child behind her to pick a book. And through reading, I traveled the world. I would go back to school after summer holidays, you know, our July and August, we are out of school, and I would return in September, and we would always have to write an essay about the vacation that we were on. And I would write stories about snow, about winter, about doing things that I've never seen, but because I was reading that in a book. And so I could take on some of those experiences as my own. And then when I went to Ghana in 2006, I started building libraries in 2013, but I've actually been going to Ghana since 2006. So in 2006, when I went to Ghana for the first time, when Spirit said to me one morning, I woke up and Spirit said, "This is the year to go." And I went. And I went to no one in particular, but the Ghanaian folks took me in. I stayed with 5 families in 1 month. And they treated me like family. But something I missed, I really loved being in Ghana, but something I missed was the image of a child with a book in their hand reading. And I thought, gosh, somebody should do something about this. And there is a quote that says, if you think someone should do something about this, whatever this is, remember, you are somebody. So I am somebody, and I figured I must do something. So I started supporting children in school. I would go down every year, and I would bring more school supplies and pay tuition and stuff. And then after doing that for several years, I mean going back to Ghana every single year and spending a month. I teach here in Toronto, and so in the summer I'm off. And I would spend a month volunteering here and there. And then in 2012, something said, you need to do something more, something that will make a bigger, more lasting impact. And so the idea of libraries came to me, and I heard myself announce in the village, I will be building libraries all over Ghana as of next year. And that shocked me because I was only hearing it for the first time and I had no plans. But in 2013, I had 8 students from George Brown College and 8 community members from the GTA who joined me to travel to Ghana, and we were completing library number 1. To date, we have completed 5 libraries, and library number 6 is being built as I sit here speaking to you.
Come on.
It's amazing.
That is powerful. You know, oftentimes, Jerome and I work very well together, and I must say thank you very much to my team, just in case I forget that. And it brings me back to what I want to get to say to you, Miss Morrison. Oftentimes, as a people, we like to find fault. And we like to talk about things, but I believe that why talk when you can do something about it?
Yep. Yes.
If you can do something about something, why get up and talk about it? Why not do something about it? And I must applaud you for that, because I don't only talk the talk, but I walk the walk, and that's me, and you know that's something we have in common.
Yes.
You take my other question away, which was you're a teacher here, But since you answered that already, if someone is sitting in the audience tonight and would like to be a part of your journey, how can they support you?
Well, there are several ways. They can donate money. Money makes the work move forward, and I've been doing this on my own. And I must announce that just 2 days ago, I got the letter from Revenue Canada saying we are now a registered charity. That is huge for me, because for years people have been saying to me, can I get a tax receipt? And I say, no, I don't. I am a registered non-profit organization, but we didn't have charitable status. And so sometimes I don't ask people for money because I know they want a tax receipt and I don't want to have that conversation. Yes, so how can they support me? Give us money. Secondly, the books that we put in the libraries are all donated. So I have to say, give thanks to folks who support. I ship over 10,000 books a year, and I don't buy one. And I get books from companies, brand new books, and slightly used books from community members who do book drives. So folks could do a book drive or just donate books. They can also attend the Sankofa Gathering, which is an annual event that I do every year to raise funds. That gathering happens in April each year. This year it will be on the 28th of April, and it is always at the Coptic Center in Mississauga, because I like the way they prepare food for every single person, every kind of eater. Then the other thing that folks can do is join us on a trip to Ghana. I would love to take every single person in this room, because what happens when we go, we start preparing in January and we arrive there in May. And my reason for preparing starting in January is so that folks don't just show up in Ghana with the same kind of Western ideas about Africa that really are mad, right? So you want to show up as proper guests, ready to be respectful and to work with brothers and sisters as they are our equals, because they are. And we learn a lot about ourselves when we are in Ghana. Not about Ghana, about ourselves. We get to unpack and look at who we are and where we've come from, regardless of whether or not you're a person of African descent. Everyone. And so something that I also talk with folks about is the concept of the Sankofa. The returning to your roots, returning to dreams about yourself that you've had for yourself for years and haven't looked at. So we have that teaching at the Sankofa Gathering, and it's just powerful. So talk to me if you want to get tickets.
Classic Ambiance. For your own destination wedding, email classicambiance@classicweddings@yahoo.com. Makeup services on today's show were provided by Smart Choice. Call Smart Choice at 416-788-0823 today. Visit Stava's Menswear today for all your bespoke or off-the-shelf menswear needs. Visit Bramalea City Center at 25 Peel Center Drive or stavasmenswear.com. To advertise with us or to be a part of the show, please visit syscottagetalk.com or call 647-272-9762. Thinking of experiencing Jamaica or the rural side of Jamaica? Visit Su Yen Su Place in the hill of Trelawney, Jamaica. You'll experience a fully gated villa filled with all the amenities. You'll experience authentic Jamaican cuisine like roast yam, or experience true rock climbing, river exploration, and so much more. For details, just email suyensuplace@gmail.com. Next, we'll show you how becoming the boss of an academy can take your life to the next level with our guest, Jillian Shaveshko.
So, when people ask me, why is your company Su Yen Su Production? I would tell them, as long as I have known myself, I've been Susu. Until I came to Canada, somebody started calling me Marcy. I'm like, who is that? Long story short, after going back home and launched Su Yen Su Place, I find that a lot of respect and reverence was made on that. And starting to run away from Susu, I realized it's a name to embrace my past, my present, and my future. My middle initial is Y, and that's why it is Suyen Su production, just in case you're all curious where this black Chinese for one come from. And yes, my grandparents is Chinese. Me just get all of the blackness from my papa. All right? So you guys know that's where Suyen Su production comes from. See there, I know we had a lot of curious people. Why that name? And it keeps me humble because oftentimes we tend to forget where we're coming from as a people. Jillian, welcome into the Cottage Talk.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
Wow, so you're about to, pardon me?
And so many lovely people here.
Yes, what a turnout. If me forget to tell you no thank you, no, oh, my team is gonna get me. If I forget to say thank you, because I was trying to go the other way. If I forget to say thank you for coming out in the cold. Me appreciate it, yes. Yes, because I was told I can't talk any dialect. Thank you. Anyways, so Julian, you're about to launch your academy.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what you're launching, Julian, please.
It's called Become the Boss Academy. And the reason for that is I've had this dream for many decades, and the time has come. And my age has come.
Yes.
I have to share my experiences. I have 5 children, my husband and I, and 10 grandchildren. So they're all over the place. And I work from home. I started to work from home before I even got married. And that's because I got fired from my job. I got fired because the guy didn't like black people and he didn't like Quebecers.
Hold on. You're black?
I'm Jamaican.
I know that. That's why I asked you that question, because I wanted the audience to know what's going on. She is Jamaican, for all of you don't know that. Thank you. Big up Jamaican. Yes.
And my boyfriend was from Quebec.
Ooh, Quebec.
So I didn't tell him that, but we had arguments the last 3 weeks, and I refused to quit, because in those days, if I quit, I got nothing. These are the days before human rights and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So I got fired and I got money.
You got fired and then got money?
Yes.
So you got fired and got money.
Yes.
What propelled you to run for politics a few years ago? Because I'm very sure our audience don't know that about you.
I ran for politics, and it actually is something I had from my dad. I wanted to be a politician from very young. And because of causes, I'm very much involved in causes and justice. I hate injustice. And there's so much of it around. And in particular, I've run 3 times. I came in very close 3 times. Let's put it that way. I got my deposit back.
Hold on, Julian. So she ran 3 times, and this is why I bring this topic up, because on a serious notion, we need more of our people in politics. Come on, we need more of our people in politics, because if your government don't know your needs, who will be there to talk for you? We need to stop, we need to stop staying in our safe zone and say it's all about me, myself, and I. I don't know when you think you did what you care with you. You need to understand that you're here to serve your brothers and sisters. And if you have a reason to go in politics, Jillian lost 3 times. I wouldn't say you lost, you won 3 times. She got her deposit back. And she kept going, so keep that in mind. Thank you. So you got your deposit back.
Yes, I got my deposit back, so I didn't lose that much money. But I lost money because the time. Yes. I work on my own and as a self-employed.
Yes.
I'm a businesswoman. That means if I'm not working, I'm not earning.
Yes.
So in that respect, it cost me a lot of money, because I was one of those, when I signed that agreement about conflict of interest, I made sure from my lawyer that the work I was doing, if I recruit, I'm in multi-level marketing, is one of them, and direct sales is another one. If I recruited you, and you recruited somebody in my riding, that's a conflict of interest.
Oh, so you say no, if you don't do no politics, me will say me want to run in a few years from now, me need to go study. Did you hear that? You need to know. And we have some politician now. So no, some is letting our politician, my friend.
We have another one that's running. There's a Jamaican girl running in York Southwestern, where I ran last time.
Yes.
And she's running for the Conservative the provincial government. And I'm helping her. And Jeanette over there is her campaign manager.
Wow.
Okay.
So awesome. Perfect. So Julian, in launching the Being the Boss Academy, Where can people get this information or to join you on this journey that you are now on?
This is something I'm launching. I'm doing it through a brunch that I host with for the last nearly 20 years. I've been hosting a business luncheon because I love putting business people in touch with other business people. I love being a connector, and I love enabling women especially to move from dependency to independence. And I've been doing that with the first job that I had, the first business. Next year is 50 years.
But what kind of woman would you want to move from dependent to independent? You said move women. There's many different, there's women that don't know that they need to be moved. What kind of woman are you passionate about moving?
This is why, actually, what I'm passionate about moving is the women on social assistance, because they are on a roller coaster. And one of the reasons I ran for politics was because I wanted to change the system. But since that didn't work out, one by one, I'm going to do it. And you might not know this, but if you are on social assistance and you start to work, the government will take all the money that you've made and allow not one penny of expenses. Wow. And that is so totally unfair. Awesome. We as business people know that we can write off expenses.
Yes, we know so we can write off expenses, but you need a good accountant. It doesn't come just like that, you know. You have to have a good accountant.
Yes.
So where can people...
And that brings in the reason for it as well, because we try to do everything on our own, and that doesn't work. Okay, we need to, as we've been talking all evening, working together. Well, there are an accountant here, there's a lawyer here, there are people that are life trainers, there are chiropractors, there are spiritual people. There are 5 areas in life that we need to balance: spiritual, financial, physical, emotional, and mental.
Awesome.
Any of those out of balance, especially with us women, we go down and up and down like this.
Wow.
No business. And I've been there, so I know that. In fact, this morning, I was at my 2 new doctors, Dr. Grant and Dr. Arnold, and I tell you something, if they hadn't worked on my body today, I wouldn't be moving like I am tonight.
Thanks for watching the Sue and Sue Talk Show. Until next time, reaching beyond the boundaries for social growth. It is very important to win your battle mentally, and then you can convert it into the physical. Until next time.
Classic Ambiance. For your own destination wedding, email classicambiance@classicweddings@yahoo.com. Makeup services on today's show were provided by Smart Choice. Call Smart Choice at 416-788-0823 today. Visit Stava's Menswear today for all your bespoke or off-the-shelf menswear needs. Visit Ramaley City Center at 25 Peel Center Drive or stavasmenswear.com. To advertise with us or to be a part of the show, please visit syscottagetalk.com or call 647-272-9762.
A sneak peek and what's next on Cottage Talk.
This is really about understanding what we're trying to do in your heart rather than the details in your head. And we have a motto, or at least there's 3 things that we like to focus on with Music Pays, and that's to connect with one another, empower one another, and also enrich one another. And unless, it's been said here earlier on this evening, this world there's so many people disconnected from each other. We're all, in many ways, islands trying to do it on our own. A lot of times struggling because we're trying to do it all alone. And I think in the future, the only way that we can turn that around is to find some way of building a community, not only a social community like we've already got out there, but a community where we're actually looking to help one another, connect with one another, and also to promote one another. And what Music Pays does is we've got a customized search engine for people who want to join us for free. We'll actually put you on our search engine free of charge. You can fill out your own bio, you can provide your pictures, videos, links, whatever you want, free of charge, so that if people within Music Pays or even outside Music Pays want to find you, and it's also based on IP address. So if you're looking for a vendor or service in the neighborhood where you live in or anywhere else in the world as we expand, you'll be able to find somebody specifically based on, for instance, because it's Music Pays, we're working with a lot of musicians because the music industry is one which has been in dire straits, and we're hoping to, or we found a way of bringing fans together with musicians and using our fans to promote the musicians.
Thinking of experiencing Jamaica or the rural side of Jamaica? Visit Su Place in the Hill of Trelawney, Jamaica. You'll experience a fully gated villa filled with all the amenities. You'll experience authentic Jamaican cuisine like roast yam, or experience true rock climbing, river exploration, and so much more. For details, just email suyensuplace@gmail.com.